All right, so I do a lot of cooking. Got my own little cooking show. Small thing. It's fun to do. You know, I've cooked my whole life. I learned from my Gigi, my mama. They taught me the best. And then I learned through time. Took some classes, went to the school for it while I was working on my regular degrees. And it was fun. It was fun to try some different things out. But I do a lot of different dishes for fun for my friends. Since I've been in Houston, I've been doing it forever, and I really enjoy just cooking for my friends. And they bring wine, we have wine, and it's a great, between 8 to 12 people every time I do it. It's absolutely stunning. And if we're looking for what I cook with, and people ask me, it's like, what kind of appliances do you have, and what do you cook with? So I usually use Viking, and I got put into a Thermador situation because I was told I can get the appliances immediately. Well, that shit didn't happen. Had I known, I would have just gotten all Viking. So, what do I have? I've got a Viking stove. There's a story behind that, but I got the Viking stove. 8-burner, double oven, or oven and a half. The small one, I haven't found a use for it yet, but I'm sure there's something, yeah? I'm sure there's something. Thermador vent hood, big old 48-inch, works very well. So, fridge, Thermador fridge, top, bottom. Thermador, wall oven, radiation device, microwave. Yeah, okay. What else? Cat, dishwasher Thermador. Love the Miele. I've had this in every house I've ever had. The first house I bought was already in. And every house since then, and there's been like 4 others, I've put them in. Good. Now this is the newest model. This one's crazy. So if you want to spend $7,000, have at it. And then I got the ice machine for someone who wants Sonic Ice. Yes. Spent $5,000 for a Sonic Ice machine. It's nice. Got a wall. I got this wine fridge. I used to have a walk-in wine cellar or built-in wine cellar. You couldn't walk in. It was on the wall. But I got this one. This is cool. But people ask me, other than that, what kind of pots do I use? Well, I've got really 3 main kind of pots, and I'm going to show you. I've got all the Mauviels, however you want to say it, the French ones. And I learned something. The stuff I've got on the new stuff are all 2.5 millimeter. You can no longer get that from Mauviel. They only do 2, and I'm so annoyed. I found out the other day when I ordered something. So just to give you ideas, you know, this real big heavy, this is big heavy stuff. You know, I've got all the sauce styles, all the stock pots, and I got all the skillets, which are great. They work really, really well. And all mine, except for the vintage ones, the antique ones, are all solid copper, 2.5 millimeter with the stainless steel core. It's good stuff. But I have a key around here someplace. Yeah. What else? Let's see. I've got the Le Creuset. You know, I remember them as a child growing up. I remember black iron skillets and Le Creusets at my Gigi's house and my mother's house. So. And I didn't think they were, like, I thought they were kind of cool as a kid, but I was like, no, I want the copper. There's nothing better. There is. So, just to let you know, just to give you an idea, I've got, I think, every style of Le Creuset, different colors you can get. I use this one really often because it's big. It's a big pot, just to kind of give you an idea. It's really not burned. It's not burned, I promise, because can you get some good looks in there? It's just colored because it's a white enamel on the inside. It colors. It happens. So, what else? Let's walk down here. Let's see what we got. I've got these real big vintage ones, which I love to death. I use these over the holidays usually. These are like 3 millimeter. They're not Mauvier. They're from some French place. And I got them, fixed them up, or re-tinned. These have to get tinned when you buy them. So, just to give you an idea. Here are the others. You know, I think I've got probably every size you can get. If anybody is really looking to get vintage pots, get in touch with East Coast Tinning out of Rhode Island. Best stuff. Always the best stuff. He even makes it brand new. Tin line. He doesn't do stainless. Core. Only the Mauvier does that as far as I know. It's okay. But great stuff. Everything is fun to work with, fun to cook with. And so here's a vintage one right here. So just to give you an idea, you'll never be able to tell the thickness of these things, but they're huge. But you can see the tin, the tin lined, and it gets a little oxidative, it gets oxidized. That's okay, no big deal. Versus the stainless steel core, which is, easy, stainless steel, the copper. It's great, it works very, very well. And I think I've got absolutely everything. And the cast iron, the third one. The cast iron is fabulous stuff to use. There is nothing wrong with using cast iron. And I will tell you, cast iron is inexpensive. So here, look at this one. I'm going to do meatballs in this shortly. This is Loge or Lodge. I say Loge, sorry. I spent too much time in Europe. 65 bucks at Academy versus 700 or 800 for that copper pot from Mauviel. Cost difference, yeah? Here's an even bigger copper cast iron that I use. I use that one for roasting, really, generally speaking. But for the most part, everything is, it's great stuff. Never really have any problems with anything. Never do. You just got to take care of your tin line. You got to be careful how you cook with it. You're generally not doing red sauces in it. There's an issue of leaching out, I'm told. I've never done it. That's what I use my bigger pots for, with the enamels or the Mauviers. That's fine. No issues. Just figure out what you like. But do get something that's thick. I mean, these cast irons are very, very thick. I mean, this is basically the thickness you get of the bottom. Very thick stuff. All right, so what about knives? Get some sharp ass knives that are good. What do I have? So I've got the Miyabis, and I've got two types. I've got the birchwood, the light. Oh my God, look what she's doing. Look, she's sneaky as shit. Look at her. Look at her. She just does this. Mignon, hi. Hello. Hi. What? What? Hi. Yeah. I'm just going to roll over and lay in the sun. Right by the nice Mousini bottle. Appreciate it. And then I got one of Bob Kramer's, but it's Bob Kramer through a group he sold to, which is this one, which is the high carbon steel, which was really great. Again, you got to take care of these puppies. You can't screw with these things. Like, you don't want to screw them up. But that's what I generally have. And I've got the old Hinkles too. I have Hinkles. I just don't use them as much. These are what I generally cook with all the time. I mean, for the most part, this is what I'm cooking with and chopping. In the back are the smaller ones, more the Miyabis. And then I got a little smaller Miyabi. They're all good. They work very well. Costs are anywhere from $300, right, to something to $700 a knife, and you take out the Bob Kramer one, which was like $3,000 or something, give or take. So yeah, I mean, look, more copper. Copper, copper, copper. I got a steamer, Mauviel. It's tin line too. Interesting, it's brand new, and I got some other stuff. But depends what you're cooking with. Use whatever you like, enjoy. Let's say hi to Miss Mignon one more time. Mignon, say hi to everybody. All right. Luna's down there at the end. I guess we should say hi to her, but generally speaking, this is what you get. Luz. Hi. You're so skitsy. What is it? Hi. All right. Sometimes she's shy, but that's all right. So that gives you an idea of pots and what I cook with all the time. Oh, look, she popped down again. She has to go everywhere. But y'all have a wonderful Friday. I'm in Houston and it's 100 million degrees already. So I'm gonna stay inside as long as I can. Y'all have a good Friday.